Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is of course the Max Monday event on Pokemon Go, as well as the last day of the Tauros event, which is the Stunning Styles event. We've seen of course 3 different versions of Tauros be released on the game for the first time, all of course the Paldean form of Tauros. We have the Aqua, we have the Combat, and we also have the Blaze one as well. So depending on what region you're in, you will get one of those on raids, and the others you can get by remote raiding if you have people in those other areas. So we'll talk a little bit about that, with it being the last day, and of course the Passimian Max Monday, so a brand new Dynamax for that Max Monday event. But first of all, we're going to start off by sorting out our Mega Evolved Pokemon and Megaing a Bug type. We should have a Bug type somewhere to Mega out of these. Let's just name a few and see what we have, and let's go ahead and do that Beedrill there. So Mega Beedrill, and this will help us with the additional XP while we're walking around for the next hour or so doing these events. And of course, let's just go ahead and sort the remaining of our Pokemon and stick a Lucky Egg on. So Lucky Egg, of course, because it is 2 times catch XP during the Stunning Styles event, the event which finishes at 8 PM local time. So we want to be trying to get the most amount of XP for these catches. Now, Burmy is featured a lot in the wild, and for the first time this event, I've actually started seeing a few cast forms, so we'll keep an eye out for those during the live stream. But first of all, let's work our way through these fields. So it definitely seems to be a Noibat nest there, by the looks of it. A few Noibats knocking about there. Of course, Noibat isn't featured during the Stunning Styles event, so that would definitely sort of incline that that is a Noibat nest. Another Noibat. So we will be keeping an eye out on any Tauros raids. And of course at 6 PM we'll get the brand new Dynamax Pokemon on the game, Dynamax Passimian. Obviously a fighting type, but he's probably not going to be one of the best fighting types. We've already had Machop, which obviously Dynamax Machamp. And then we will get Gigantamax Machamp very, very soon as well. But of course, first we have the release of Gigantamax Snorlax. But this could be a good chance to try and get a fighting type Dynamax if you are struggling with those Machops. You could have a Passimian as a bit of a backup. But of course, Machamp will probably be the recommended against Snorlax, especially as an attacker. You might want to use the likes of Chansey or its evolved form Blitzy as a bit of a tank against the Gigantamax Snorlax, and then you might want to use the attacking prowess of Dynamax Machamp. And then once you've powered up all those Machamps, the Dynamax Machamps will see the release of a Gigantamax, no doubt, which will surpass it. So let's go ahead and stick our daily adventure incense on as well, just to get a few more spawns around this area. First one is Grookey. We will also just see if there is any friendships as well to level up with today. I can see one there already. So again, it's another glorious day here in the UK. Absolutely wonderful weather. And I think it's giving this for the rest of the week as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So a couple of great friends. And we will send the trigger gift to some others as well. Hopefully they'll open those up while we're on live stream and we'll be able to get the additional XP for having that lucky egg on. So 60,000 there, all adds up. Of course, XP goal is being targeted by the end of this year. We want to try and hit 1 billion XP. That is a target of mine, a personal target of mine. And these sort of events where we get 2 times catch XP really do help with that. Just prior to this event starting on Thursday, we did hit 700 million XP exactly. Managed to get all the zeros following the 7. Nicely rounded up. So from this event, we have had anything past that. So in terms of the XP we've earned this event, let's just have a quick look. Of course, we've got tonight, yes, to play. But still, we've earned 13.1 million XP, which is just absolutely fantastic over the last few days. Friends list just glitching out a little bit there. So if you're tuning in, make sure to get involved in the comments down below. This will be a Tyragu egg, which could be the last one from the hatch day yesterday. No shiny. So it was in fact a Tyragu. Unfortunately, no shiny. And that remaining 2K egg is one we collected today. So no chance of that being a Tyragu, unfortunately. So the remaining Tyragu eggs that we kept from yesterday have now been hatched and no more shinies. We only got the one during that hatch day, but still over the moon that we managed to get that one. It was one that had been avoiding me. I've managed to get one lucky traded to me, a shiny Tyragu, but never managed to get one myself. So very, very happy to finally break that duck and get one myself. So struggling to open up friends list to see if we need to interact with anyone else while we've got this lucky egg on. There we go, we've finally got the friends list back open. So let's go down and see if we are going ultra friends with anyone today to try and get some more XP in. And I would say these are, without looking, there we go, ultra friend. These mustn't be too far away, 2 days left on those ones, so when we've already interacted today as well. So still another 100,000 XP in the bag. Now we just need to check if we've got any best friends going today, but we'll do that in just a moment. Nice, excellent throw there on that nimble. Managed to hit the excellent throw when it was right up in the air then, that Burmy. Somewhat difficult, but managed it. Now we are starting to see some cast forms. It is the last day of the event, and this is the first time I've seen cast forms this event. Let me know in the comments if that's the same for you. I've not actually seen any form of cast form throughout this entire event, and then today I keep seeing the sunny one. So it was on the infographic that it was going to be dependent on what weather it is in your area, but I've not seen any until today, which has been rather annoying. And then on the last day we start seeing them, so could have really done with it earlier. There is a couple of cast forms, more particularly the snowy cast form, which I think is one that most people want shiny. Very rarely snows here, and when it does, we don't tend to get many snowy cast forms appearing. I just need to start taking the time a little bit and getting some more of these excellent throws. Make the most out of this lucky egg. Hopefully today will be the day where we see another Galarian bird off for daily, as we did yesterday. We didn't see one yesterday, but we mentioned that it's got to be around about 8 weeks now since we last saw a Galarian bird off for daily incense, which is just incredible. It's probably one every 28 days it probably averages out to, one every 4 weeks. But we haven't seen one for months now. I'm hoping that means that when we do see one, it'll be shiny. Fingers crossed. But of course, because we are on, or we've gone past the tier 1 stage of the Go Pass April, we have earned a 2 times adventure incense duration. So half an hour adventure incense instead of the typical 15 minutes. So surely that means twice a chance to try and get one of these Galarian birds appearing. So I'll be quite glad when all these Burmese go away. They do really annoy me when they start flying up in the air like that one just did. Sometimes very, very difficult to catch when we do move about. Some seem to move about more than others. You get ones which sort of stay down towards the bottom quite a long period of time before then moving up. And then you get ones that just move up straight away, which are very, very frustrating. Just like that. Went up at the wrong time there. We were just about to release a ball. It ended up flying up in the air. Rather annoying when it does that. Now, excellent throws. We are off it a little bit today. Need to just try and regain a bit of composure and hit those excellent throws and make the most of that lucky egg, as we mentioned before. Lilligant Gaming. So the evolved form of Solosis here. Tiny Burmy as well now. Still managed to hit the excellent throw though. So a few sunny cast forms today, no more of the other cast forms though. It has been mainly sunny and windy over the past few days here in the UK, and yet today has been the only day where we've actually started seeing these sunny form cast forms, or any cast forms in fact, which has been rather disappointing. It was advertised on the event that we were going to be about, and instead all we seem to be getting is Burmy. That hopefully, I say hopefully, is going to change, but of course today is the last day of the event, so it's annoying that we've managed to sort that right on the last day. Now we have managed to get a couple of shinies during this event. Unfortunately, nothing amazing, just a couple of Burmies to my knowledge. Of course, Mega Ardeno as well during this event. Mega Ardeno raid day. We managed to get 2 during that raid day, which was rather annoying after we'd done over 70. And of course, we did have Tyragu hatch day, which we managed to hatch 1 shiny yesterday. Very, very happy with that. After seeing 213, we eventually got a shiny one, so really happy about that during my hatch day. So we have 10 minutes left until we start seeing the Dynamax Passimian. So any max power spots that are near us will turn into Dynamax Passimian, and it will be a level 3, a tier 3 Dynamax, which means it will also be 400 max particles to defeat. Now we've got quite a few of the 3 max particles left to have. We've earned some as well today on the Go Pass April ticket, so hopefully we can do a few of those, although I've never tried to attempt one of these Dynamax Passimians yet. Of course, it's brand new to the game, so we're going to have to see how we get about, how we perform with that solo. But of course, the good thing with Dynamax is that it doesn't actually take away your particles until you've actually completed it. So it's unlike a raid where you lose a raid pass as soon as you enter the battle. You only lose your particles when you've actually completed the battle, which is very, very good. I do wish we did that with raids, but unfortunately that's not the case. So let's just check our friends list again and see if we have any best friends going today, just to try and gain a bit more XP. So we've got a couple close to the mark, 6 days away for this one. We'll send a gift over. And then we have interacted with somebody, and we are very close in that one, 1 day away. So that's going to go tomorrow, because of course we've interacted today. So we can open that during the Spotlight Hour live stream tomorrow, which is of course Meditite. So Meditite is going to be on Spotlight Hour tomorrow. Make sure to tune in for that. Same time, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. local time. So exactly the same time in 24 hours wherever you are. We will be live again for Meditite Spotlight Hour. So we have 12 minutes left on our Lucky Egg. We have not been doing brilliantly with the excellent throws during this first Lucky Egg, but we perhaps will put another one on in a moment, although we will be doing the Passimians. So we'll see how we get on with those. We need to start hitting these excellent throws to make the most out of this Lucky Egg. Now that cast form didn't catch, so we can try again with that one. See if we can hit an excellent throw. And just moved at the wrong time, so that was a little bit annoying. Let's use a Nanab to try and get some of these excellent throws done. So if you're tuning in for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure to share it as well with any friends that you've got who also enjoy watching or playing Pokemon Go. Make sure to try and get the channel out there as best as you can. And we can hopefully build that subscriber count up, and a bigger channel means a better channel for you viewers, and hopefully I'd love to get to a stage where we can start giving giveaways and everything like that. So it'd be really, really nice if we do make it big enough to do that. So Burmy just flying away yet again at the wrong time. Managing to click off it and then go back on it, and it recenters it back to the screen. Again, not the ideal time to be flying away there, Burmy. Thank you very much. Now, of course, you could use the Black Kyurem Adventure Effect, which is Freeze Shock, and that will stop the Pokemon from moving entirely. It's pretty much like using a Nanab Berry as soon as you encounter the Pokemon, and of course it saves you time. You don't have to actually go onto your berries and try and find that Nanab and chuck the Nanab at it and wait for its effect to work. It just works instantly every time you click on a Pokemon. So really, really useful adventure effect. I really enjoyed it when we tried it out last time during one of the spotlight hours. I think it was Cutie Fly spotlight hour a couple of weeks ago, and really enjoyed using it then. Unfortunately, we've not got much Kyurem candy, so we can't really use that today, but we will try and do loads of Kyurem raids when it does come back around and build that candy up. And of course we can start pumping some rare candy into it as well, although we tend to pump our rare candy into Dialga because of Roar of Time, of course. So we do have to try and work out what to best to put it into, but as long as we build that Kyurem candy up, we can start having the choice of doing either or. Of course, you can't use two adventure effects at the same time. You have to use one or the other. We'll just check the nearby raids. We only see one star raid here at the moment. Hopefully there'll be a Taurus or two during this live stream. Again, Burmy just flying up at the wrong time. It's rather frustrating. I'll be happy when this event is over, but of course, with the event being over, it will not only take a Burmy away, but take that 2 times catch XP away, which is a bit disappointing. Brookish, no shiny. Of course, its shiny got released quite recently. Very nice shiny, in fact. Seven minutes left on our lucky egg. Let's start hitting some of these excellent throws and building that XP up. Been a little bit lackluster today with the excellent throws. Not normally this bad, but I don't know what it is today, whether it's the sun on the phone or whether it's just my concentration not being as peak as it normally is. But we are struggling to hit these excellent throws today. And again, Burmy being rather frustrated for us today also isn't helping. Lilliput though shouldn't move as much as Burmy. There we go, amazing excellent throw on that one. So of course, the three forms of Tauros are on raids, as we mentioned before. Eastern Hemisphere have the Blaze Taurus, which is the fire one. We then have the Combat Taurus, which is in the specific region of Spain, Portugal, bottom side of France as well, could get it, and also the side of Greece as well, might be able to get that one as well. But mainly it's Spain and Portugal areas, and both of those, both East Hemisphere and the one from Spain, the Combat and the Blaze form, both those will be finishing very soon because of those time zones. The event probably has already finished in those time zones in some areas. We will be entering the last few hours in others, so make sure to try and get one if you haven't already from people on your friends list. Hopefully you manage to get one before the event finishes. And then of course we have the Aqua form, which is the west side hemisphere, which is what we have here in the UK, on this side of the UK. We can get the Blaze form if we go right to the east of the UK. The Meridian line goes right through the middle of the UK, so we can get both depending on where you are. But where I am, we get the West Hemisphere, which is the Aqua one, and of course the United States also get the same one. So hopefully you've got friends in either the UK or the United States or even Brazil, the likes of those Southern American countries. Hopefully you've got friends in those ones if you do need the Aqua form. So only the last few hours of this event and Taurus will disappear from raids. So we don't know when it's going to be back, so try and get one if you haven't already. One of each form would be brilliant, but of course they can't be shiny, so probably don't go too mad on them as of yet. Wait until the shiny gets released and then you can hunt for the shiny and the hundo at the same time. So Passimian is now appearing, as you can see there. We have one with 58 minutes remaining, and we've hopefully got a couple down there as well where those two red gems are. You can see Dragonite and Rhyperior off the top of those red gems down there. Hopefully we normally have at least one, if not two, Dynamaxes down in that location as well. So we'll head down there first and see what we can see, and then we will do as many Passimians as we can, and of course see how the first one goes, to how easy a solo it is, and then we can start heading to the others if it is easy enough. Excellent throw on the Burmy as we head just past 13.5 million since the Stunning Styles event started. So pretty decent XP total so far. Could do with getting another million or so today before the event finishes, if we can. So what is this rocket balloon? It is Key, so we might actually do that one. Could be a Ghastly. How long have we got left on our daily adventure? And says we've got 5 minutes, so let's just check to see if this is a Ghastly or not. We will do it if it's a Ghastly. If it isn't, we will just run away. And it's a Duskull, so we will run away from this. Not really wanting to waste the adventure incense time for a Duskull. More than happy to do it for a Ghastly though. So yeah, the Rocket Leader has won this time through a factor of forfeit. Again, Burmy just moving at the wrong time. It's really annoying. You do have to be quick to try and throw it, but of course if you are waiting for that excellent throw circle, it does get rather annoying to try and hit that excellent throw circle when it does start flying off. Again, I'll be happy when we stop seeing these Burmies about so much and start going back to the more regular spawns. Now the next event doesn't have 2 times catch XP. The next event is the Spring into Spring, I believe, or something like that, those lines. And we will get, it starts on Wednesday, we will get a similar sort of effect to a 2x catch XP. Instead, lucky eggs will last for an hour instead of half an hour. So quite a nice little bonus, especially during the likes of Spotlight Hour and raid day, of course, this weekend, the Sparring Partners raid day. You can potentially use a lot less eggs during that sort of raid day at the weekend. And of course, we have raid hour on Wednesday as well, featuring Blacia Fallon here in the UK. Other regions may get Stack Attacker depending on where you are. But here in the UK, we have Blacia Fallon. And of course, that can be shiny this time around, as well as Stack Attacker. So hopefully you get a shiny one during these next few weeks. Three seconds left to go on our current lucky egg. And again, Burmy goes flying up just when we didn't want it to. Has been really annoying to catch sometimes during this event, Burmy. Started off okay, sort of, you could cope with it, and then 4 days in, you really do start seeing, get sick of the sight of it seeing flying up and everything like that. So only a couple hours of it left though, and that also means a couple hours of the 2x catch XP, which is what we're going to miss the most during this event. So we have got 2 Passimians down here. We'll head to both of those. As we suspected, there's normally at least 1 down this direction, but we have got 2 today, so that's good luck. And let's see how we get on with this brand new Fighting Dynamax, only released today, of course. Zapdos, no shiny, but a level 1 Galarian Zapdos. Very, very nice indeed. Can we catch this Galarian Zapdos? If only that shiny, that would have been amazing. A level 1 shiny Galarian Zapdos. Excellent throw on a level 1 with Ultra Ball and with Golden Raz. We've got it. Critical catch. Let's go. Galarian Zapdos. Level 1 Galarian Zapdos. And a 1-star. So could have been worse, could have been better. But still, a level 1 Galarian Zapdos. I'm very happy with that. We've not seen a Galarian bird for ages. And when we do, it's a level 1 Galarian Zapdos, which is very, very nice. We do love the Galarian Zapdos here on this channel, having already got 2 hundos of the Galarian Zapdos. Very, very nice indeed. And there we go, we have a level 1 now. So we just need a shiny Galarian bird. That would be absolutely amazing. And shiny Galarian Zapdos would probably be my preferred choice. But with just over a minute left on the daily adventure, we have our Galarian bird encounter. First, like I say, we're first in quite a while. Two-kilometre egg hatching. Side up this time, of course, no more Tyrogoos as we mentioned before. Side up, not even a very good side up, unfortunately. Now let's put that 10-kilometre adventure walking egg in. And before we go put another lucky egg on, we will go and see how difficult these Passimians are. So we'll head down to the furthest one away first, and we can work our way back and start doing the Passimians as we come the other way. So we may have enough, there is a daily adventure incense finish, but we may have enough max particles to be able to do 5 of these Passimians for free, if we can in fact do it. So we will just go in with recommended. and see how we get on. I don't know what's going to be best against this Dynamax Passimian. Of course, fighting types, weak to the like of Psychic. Don't think we've really had many Psychic type Dynamaxes. Although, of course, I think Cryogonal is Psychic and Ice. So we could use that. But let's see what we've recommended and see how we get on with that. So definitely let me know in the comments below if you've managed to do one of these Passimian Dynamax already. Would be interesting to know what you used. We'll spin this gem and then we will join that Dynamax. So we can reach from here. It is just recommending Gengar, so let's go ahead and see what we can do against the Passimian using just Gengar. I do like a team full of Gengars. We will go in and just use Metagross as well. Metagross has got Zen Headbutt and Flying, so let's just use Metagross as a bit of a tank as well. Just try and take a bit of the damage. So there it is, Dynamax Passimian, the fighting Dynamax. Brick Break, not doing too much damage against that Metagross, which is good. Trying to charge up the max meter as quickly as we can, but of course with it being level 3 it does take a while. Another Brick Break, preparing a large attack, so that will probably be Brick Break again. We haven't seen its close attack. Another Brick Break it is. And we've gone past halfway on the max meter, and there is its attack and its superpower, so that's not going to be very good for our Metagross, although it is doing okay at getting towards the end of the max meter. And another attack coming in, another superpower, dodged this time, and dodging still doesn't work. Not dodging very effectively at the moment. So 2 Dynamax Gengar are remaining. Let's see how we get on with this. So max move are very, very low at taking it down. This isn't looking very well at all. Although Gengar does charge the max meter up quite quickly, it will probably get really battered by these superpowers. There's the first one, so not very effective, so that's probably why it's chosen Gengar as an attacker and the recommended. Not very effective again on a Brick Break, so it's not very effective on both movesets, which is good. And Gengar is really doing a decent job at charging up that max meter. Could perhaps have done with the Gigantamax Gengar being in here to do more damage, but still, Dynamax Gengar it is. And although it's probably going to take a while, we will slowly work down this max meter. It is quite a tricky one to take down on your own by the looks of it. We have lost our Metagross, which we started with, and we are on our Gengar, our first Gengar. Definitely worth to see. Would be interesting to see how much difference the Gigantamax Gengar does in terms of damage. Of course, can't really dodge those aimed attack moves, the large attack moves, although you can dodge those aim ones. Hey, thanks so much for joining. This is our first Dynamax Passimian. And it is a little bit bulky. So Dynamax Passimian against Dynamax Gengar. Again, not going to do much damage here, but still slowly working it down. So just use a couple of those shadow balls just to try and work its way down again still. Dodging that superpower. Still getting hit, of course, with the splash damage. And we're probably not going to get to another move, although we can probably get that bubble there, which we did. Last Gengar now. And we are now Dynamaxing once again. Definitely need to try and make sure the Gigantamax Gengar is in for the next battle. But Gengar is doing really good against this Passimian. Although not doing much damage, it's lasting a long amount of time. Locked in, completely locked in. Might be able to just work this Passimian down now with these charge attacks. Couple more charge attacks. Shadow Ball there from Gengar. And one more potentially to defeat the Passimian. That should do it. And the first Passimian is down and out. So Passimian number 1 is complete on Max Mundi. Took a while, but we have done it. So completely defeated. That is not a good friend if we've completely abandoned you. That is not a good friend at all. 17-11. Now there was reports that this catch circle was very, very small again, the same as when Chansey was first released, and now they fixed that. It's big there, just as the Dynamax should be. And there we go, Dynamax Passimian, the first one caught, is a 17-11. So that's not too bad. It's a 93, missing 5 off the attack though. But still, not a bad one to start the Dynamax Max Mundi off with. And let's head over to the second one of Max Mundi. And with how long these are taking, we aren't going to put a lucky egg on because we're only going to be able to do a couple with a lucky egg on. It's always amazing if you get left abandoned and left having to entertain others throughout no will of your own. So the second Dynamax of the evening is just there. 400 max particle cost. 2 foot tall. Well, you got to start somewhere. Excellent throw on the line in. Oh dear. Never a good start when you get the ball stuck up a tree. As long as you manage to go it back, that's not too bad. Funny at a time though. Line do not want to stay with the ball, although we hit it with an excellent throw. Let's try again. This time with a golden raz. Hopefully that stays in. So the second Passimian of the evening. We will jump into that in just a second. Let's just catch these Burmese and Licky Tongue spawns around here. Love it when Burmese does that. Not. Getting rather annoying now. Pokemon storage full. Definitely need to clear that out before we do anything else. $243 spaces created just like that. Goldeen, no shiny, and no excellent throw. Now, the second Passimian of the evening. This time we're going to just revive what we've used already and change our Pokemon tact a little bit. So we are going to go in with our Gigantamax Gengar. Metagross could be a good one to use because of a Zen Headbutt if it's charged up, but we are going to stick with the Gengars, I think, because it did do a really good job that first time round. Although it took quite a while to defeat it, we have hopefully got a higher attacking Gengar now with this Gigantamax. It's completely maxed out on all its moves. So hopefully we can do a lot more damage this time around when we switch into that Gigantamax. Hopefully Passimian's got similar sort of moveset to last time where it had Superpower and Brick Break. Superpower it is on the targeted attack, which we can dodge, which is good. And if you see that, the max meter is going up like crazy. It's incredible how quick Gengar does charge up max meter. Of course, it has got a very, very fast quick attack. This one is running Lick as a quick attack, which is, of course, Legacy. As a fast move on Gengar. And already we have charged it up. So there we go. Let's switch into this Gigantamax Gengar. We should see a lot more damage done with this Gigantamax Gengar. Let's have a quick look. And definitely more damage done there compared to the normal Gengar. Now we'll keep in with the Gigantamax Gengar for now. And we'll switch back to the first one, which has of course took a little bit of damage already from those previous brick breaks. And again, we are nearly charged up. Targeted attack coming in, we can dodge that. We just missed a dodge out. Still not very effective against a Gengar. Almost full now. That bubble there should see us over and switch back to our Gigantamax. And just over half health now on the Passimian. Brick break again, incoming. Managed to get a few charge attacks off with that Gigantamax Gengar. We'll do the same now. Meaning we can't dodge that move out while we were doing that. But still, the max meter is more than half full, and we are still only on our first Gengar. So that is one Gigantamax move, followed by another, and followed by one more, and then we should be able to just work it down now using this Gigantamax Gengar and trying to get some charge moves off. Shouldn't have to Gigantamax once again. There is a Shadow Ball attacking coming, but Superpower shouldn't do too much against us. And we aren't even going to bother collecting the bubbles anymore because we shouldn't need them. One more attack potentially, and that should see Passimian down and out. There is a Shadow Ball, and there is Passimian down and out. So the first one was a 17-11. That was a 93, a very, very good one to start the Max Monday off with. And of course, our first ever Dynamax Passimian, 93, 12, 15, 15 on the stats. Of course, missing attacks, so there's a lot of improvement left on that CP with it having the attack stat missing. But 1704, not a very good second one. Excellent throw though. This one will probably be substantially worse, even though it is only 7 CP different. I fully expect it to be a lot worse IVs than the first one. Passimian caught, and as you can see, it has got attack, thin attack, but it is lacking significantly in the other department. So defense is only 12 and HP is only 11. So missing 8 in total, 7 in total, meaning it's a 84 IV. So not very good in the IV department compared to the 93 that we had before, but a lot better in the attack department compared to the first one. So we'll collect these stops around here and start catching again. And we'll start making our way towards the next Passimian. Which is quite a way away, but we will be doing another one. Now we will stick a incense on, and of course we will stick a luck egg on as well, and we'll potentially do a Passimian towards the end of the hour to finish off. We'll do another one towards the end. Let's try and focus on these catches again and try and hit as many excellent throws as we can. So we have just gone over 700,000 into this current 713 million. So let's make sure we head way past the 714 million XP mark today. Kamala. Nice, excellent throw on Kamala there. Burmy off the incense. Now, of course, we've already done our daily. And today we did actually get a Galarian Bird. We had a level 1, 47 CP Galarian Zapdos, and it stayed in the ball. It was an excellent throw, and it was a critical catch. It managed to stay in the ball. straight away, which was very, very cool. So you can see there, level 40, sorry, CP47, level 1 Galarian Zapdos. Very, very happy with that. I haven't seen one for ages, and then all of a sudden we end up with a level 1. It was a shame it wasn't shiny, but still, we are still hunting for that shiny. Hopefully we can get one this year. Did stay in that heat molded. So again, another cast form, another sunny one again. And we've gone from not hardly seeing any cast forms to seeing loads of sunny ones today. So is there any Tauros raids about? They will be hatching from the level 3 eggs. Doesn't seem like there's many about. Now, while we're here, actually, let's just catch that milk tank before it disappears. And then we could use Palkia's adventure effect, which is, of course, spatial rend. And we could use that for the next 20 minutes or so while we've got this lucky egg on, and that will just increase the spawn circle, meaning that we get more spawns, which of course mean we have more chance of getting more excellent throws and therefore more XP. So definitely worth using that. And we're no longer in a rush to walk around now because of our daily adventure incense has finished. The normal incense spawns won't be as good as what the daily could be. So we can just take our time getting these excellent throws and have a leisurely walk back. And of course we will do another Dynamax Passimian towards the end of the hour once this lucky egg has nearly finished. So definitely get your thoughts in below what you have made of this Stunning Styles event. Obviously the release of the Paldean Tauros, all 3 forms, and of course the inclusion of loads and loads of Burmese, which I'm sure you've been very, very happy about, as have I. Not really. Very frustrating after a while, the amount of Burmese we've seen. But of course it was advertised to see loads of cast form depending on the weather in your area, and we've only had cast form spawning here in the UK on this very last day. It might be the same in your time zones and in your areas, but we've only actually seen cast form spawning on the very last day, which is rather disappointing. There probably won't be a makeup event of any sort for that, but whether that was a error on Niantic's behalf, or of course what could be Scopely very soon, or whether it was just the fact that we didn't have the right weather conditions here in the UK until today. It has been sunny and windy the majority of the weekend, but today is probably the only day where it's actually been sunny in game. Windy has more taken the reins over the course of the weekend, so potentially it's down to that. Let me know in the comments below if you saw cast forms before today on your nearby or when you've been walking around. So we'll have to go and buy some more luck eggs after this. We will try and keep stocked up on luck eggs during this year with hunting down that XP goal of 1 billion before the end of the year. We do try and keep a stock of those luck eggs. And of course, if you have completely run out of luck eggs, I don't think you'll get the option when you go best friends with anybody or when your friendship level goes up with anybody. I don't think it still gives you the option to lucky egg it, because of course you haven't got any, unless of course it gives you the option still and it sends you to the shop. So that could be a workaround. Rat-a-tat in the wild there. Eventually staying in after a buddy headed it back. Now we are using our Hundo Yveltal as our buddy. It is going to be one of the featured legendaries during the Pokemon Legends ZA game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that, whether it gets a Mega Evolution. Of course, the game is very much about Mega Evolutions coming back with loads more new Mega Pokemon announced, or not officially announced, but leaked. We're going to see loads of new Mega Pokemon. Of course, no new Pokemon in full, but current Pokemon having new Mega Evolutions. There's a list online if you want to try and find that. There's around about 26 new Pokemon, or new Mega Evolutions to current Pokemon, which are going to be added. So that'll be rather interesting to see. Managing to hit the excellent throws a lot better this time round than the first time. Commentator's Curso didn't manage it on that Stunky. Another Passimian here, Dynamax Passimian. We'll probably leave this one here though. We will try and keep our eye out for others just up a bit further up, closer to when the Passimian Max Monday hour finishes at 7 PM. Try and focus on these excellent throws, just because of course the Passimian was very difficult to take down, or long lasting should I say, not really that difficult, but took a long amount of time, and that time is going to eat into this lucky egg that we've got currently going on. So we are going to try and focus more so on these spawns. Of course it is the last day of the Stunning Styles event, so therefore the last day of 2 times catch XP, at least for this event as well. Our next event on Wednesday will feature 2 times luck egg distance, so a similar sort of reward. If you go walking around, you can pretty much catch twice the amount of Pokemon off the same luck egg because it lasts in twice the amount of time. So therefore a similar sort of reward as 2 times catch XP, but of course you do have to stay around for an hour instead of half an hour. So twice the amount of time, but twice the length of a lucky egg. And of course, towards the end of this weekend, we don't know what the raid day is going to be. We know it's called not Stunning Style, sorry, but Sparring Partners Raid Day. Now, Sparring Partners was a trainer class on the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and that makes me think it's something to do with the Alola region, because of course that is Gen 7, and it could be something to do with the Alola region, potentially something like, I don't think it will be, but Could it be a Lunala and Solgaleo raid day? That would be very, very nice of them if he did do that. But we'll have to wait and see. It's yet to be announced. I fully expect it to be announced over the course of the next day or so, because of course people will have to prepare and try and work out whether we can make it or not, or whether it's worth going to or not. But we are leaving it late to announce exactly what that raid day is going to be. Another Dynamax Passimian here. And again, we'll leave that one for the time being. Now, any more raids about, any more 3-star raids? We have a 3-star raid there hatching at 7. That could be a Tauros. We'll keep an eye out on that one. Just had a Tauros invite come in, but it is the Aqua one, which is what we get here anyway. We have got quite a few of each variant of Tauros to try and help others by trading it to them if we are missing one or the other. Mankey. Excellent throw again. Not managing to hit an excellent throw back there that time, the body. Quite a few spores around here, so we'll just catch these before we move too far away. Burmy doing its usual Burmy trick of flying up into the sky just when we want to throw the Pokeball. Sobble. Quite an easy excellent throw when it doesn't move, but jumping up and down the place doesn't make it easy. Nice excellent throw on a Burmy to make up for it. So still no shinies today so far. Not even any from this morning away from the live stream. We'll just get this Pokestop up here, as we're quite close to it anyway. Magnemite, no shiny. We have just gone over into 714 million. 14 million earned during this Stunning Styles event, which is very, very good going. It started on Thursday, so we've had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and of course today. So 5 days, and we've had 14 million. So nearly around about 2.8 million every day, which is very, very good going. Of course, we had the likes of a raid day, the hatch day, of course, as during that as well. But the main factor on that is, of course, how many lucky eggs we've used with that 2x catch XP bonus. So good amount of XP overall during the event. Very, very happy with that. But let's see if we can add a bit more to that during these remaining few hours of the event. So we'll take this gym as well while we walk on past. Only should need one hit. There it is. The gym has been defeated. We'll add on that. And we will put our most recent shiny, which was a Pineco. Pokemon definitely seem to move when we get down to the Excellent Circle a lot more than we used to. I know I've said it on previous live streams, but it definitely seems to be the case. Convinced of it now. And it's probably to do with them bringing out the adventure effects of both White and Black Kyurem. Both, of course, help you in doing those excellent throws. One by completely stopping a Pokemon from moving, and the other by making the circle of the excellent throw slow down a lot more, giving you more of a chance to hit that excellent throw. Huge Flabébé. Should have been a lot easier to hit an excellent throw on. Let's try again. There we go. Hopefully that second time it stayed in. It did indeed. So there is another Passimian Dynamax. Just a little bit further up from where we are currently, so that will be the last one of the evening. The third and final one of this Max Monday. But let's just try and focus more on these catches for now. And then we will get that Passimian in just a moment before the hour is finished. It may stay as Passimian after 7 PM, but we don't want to take that chance. We want to try and get it just before. Snorunt off for challenge, just jumping at the wrong time there. Waiting for Burmy to just come back down a little bit. Great throw over that time. Still around about 1000 XP for a great throw during this event. With a lucky egg on, of course. Again, another great throw. That time when it was flying high. Whooper just jumping at the wrong time yet again. The Pokemon avoids us by jumping at the wrong time. So we'll get these spawns down here, Noibat, as we're getting close to this Noibat nest. Getting a lot more lucky eggs a lot more excellent throws this time round on this lucky egg. The first time was absolutely terrible. We've been walking at a little bit of a slower pace. Hopefully that's made a difference, and meaning we can try and hit those excellent throws a bit more consistently. So Spatial Rend has now worn off with Palkia. We will just extend that just a moment more. We will go for another 10 minutes just to try and get some additional spawns down here. Shellos hiding behind the gym. Shiny boosted this event, but that one is not shiny. Another Burmy, just in between the two gyms there. Struggling to hit an excellent throw on it though. Seven Pineapps from our buddy, our Hundo Yveltal, bringing his gifts. few more excellent throws there, which is very, very good timing. So I would be very happy indeed if we can get towards 714.5 million. 14.5 million this event would be very, very good going. I always try and set myself more and more higher targets as the event goes on. I never thought I'd hit close to 14.5 million during this event, but being that we're there now, we might as well try and chase it. Excellent throw that time. A whooper jumped, but we still managed to hit the excellent throw. Excellent throw on the Burmy. Sunny cast form. Still no shiny. We aren't shiny boosted this event. Although we're supposed to be boosted in the wild, we've only seen them today. But the shiny odds are the standard 1 in 512 for all forms of cast form. Now let's just check the raids again. No 3 stars really. Taurus has been placed on the gym, unfortunately, not as a raid boss. Let's go ahead and put our shiny Gigantamax Gengar with him. So 3 more minutes left on the Dynamax Passimian. So we'll go up and do this one as the last one of the Max Monday. Just about a minute left on the Lucky Egg, which will work in well. We'll wait until that Lucky Egg finishes and then we'll jump into that Dynamax Passimian. So a couple more seconds left, hopefully enough to get 1 or 2 more excellent throws. So there's 1, rat-a-tat. There's 2, and there is a Lucky Egg finish. So let's go ahead and jump into this Dynamax Passimian. It'll be the last one of the evening. No shiny Nimble, that is a shiny we're still after. We've got 1 already, but we can still do with another 1 for the family. Dynamax Passimian has just over a minute left. We will jump straight in and we will swap our team for, of course, the Gengar team. So we're going to go for Gengars again and see how we get on. We managed okay last time, but of course, depending on its moveset, it may be slightly different this time. But 3 Gengars is going to be the attacking of choice. So Gengar did really well in charging up a Max Meter. He always tends to do really well in charging up a Max Meter against all Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon. Is probably one of the fastest at doing just that. Potentially because of its quick really, really quick, fast move. Of course, you can get Shadow Claw and also Lick on Gengar. Both are really, really quick at charging that max meter up. If this was a Metagross, we'd be probably halfway by now, whereas Gengar, we are over the halfway point and nearly finished. And we've not been hit by many attacks from Passimian. In fact, the attacks he has thrown hasn't done much damage at all. So we'll swap into our Gigantamax Gengar, which is a super cool animation. Very, very cool Gigantamax Gengar. We do need to try and get a decent shiny one. We have got one more lined up for a lucky trade. Hopefully that goes better than the two we've had already. Swap back to the first Gengar. Collecting the bubbles as we go. Now you can either swipe into those bubbles or you can just literally click on the bubbles and it will move your Pokemon in that general direction. Superpower seems to be its large attack move, so that is the one we can't dodge. You can only dodge the ones where the exclamation marks pop up above your Pokemon's head. And the trick behind dodging is to dodge as those exclamation marks are white. If you start flashing red, you are too late, so you have missed a chance to dodge. So I'll show you that in just a moment when we get a next targeted attack. But first of all, Gigantamax Gengar doing what Gigantamax Gengar does, and that is, of course, Max Terror, G-Max Terror, chucking the furniture at Passimian. And we have another large attack coming in, so this is one we can't dodge again. And we probably need one more Gigantamax. And then we could probably farm it down with just using charge moves. So here is a targeted attack. It's yellow, exclamation marks, and quickly swipe towards left or right to dodge that. And before we start flashing red, and you'll see the dodge text come up on the right hand side there. Again, dodged, but you still do get hit. You still get what we call splash damage, the damage left over from the charge move. You still get hit by that, but you don't take half as much damage as what you would do normally. Similar to, of course, dodging on a raid. G-Max Terror once again. Two more. One more left, and that will see us well into the red. And as we said, potentially just be able to farm this down now using Shadow Balls. Not have to worry too much of collecting the bubbles. We'll collect that one just in case. Let's just try and farm this Passimian down using those Shadow Balls. Normally you don't really want to be using the charge attacks unless you're in a situation like this where you are close to it being defeated. You might as well use those charge attacks, but charge attacks do not add to the max meter, so that is why a lot of people say not to use them, and I recommend not using them as well. Charge up the max meter as fast as you can when you enter the max battle. Towards the end you can start throwing these charge moves, and therefore it perhaps save you a Gigantamax like it has done there. So we've saved ourselves having to Gigantamax once again, and instead we have defeated the Passimian. So Gengars definitely seem to be the way to go with Passimian. If you've got Gengars powered up, definitely use those. Psychics may also be good. So the likes of Metagross, although it might get quite a lot of damage with the move that Passimian can throw, Brick Break and Superpower. Metagross may take a lot more damage than what Gengar does. So potentially you could have Metagross as an attacker with the Psychic moves. Zen Headbutt is what you'll need as a fast move to get that Psychic max move. Now 1690, not very good. This one, in fact, only a 2-star, 15, 10, 10. So two of the stats are the lowest it can be at 10, and then the top one is the highest it can be at 15. So very much a 2-star. So that is pretty much it for today's live stream. We have done the Max Monday on Pokemon Go featuring Dynamax Passimian for the first time ever. And of course, we have been doing the Stunning Styles event, which has just got just under an hour left to go, 8 p.m. local time, that will finish. And that, of course, means the tourist spawns will finish as well on raid. So let me know in the comments below how you've managed to get on. Like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow for Meditite Spotlight Hour again, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. UK time. So make sure to keep a reminder in your phone. I'll be putting a notification up on when I'll be going live exactly on Twitter and on my status on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.